Good day, my glorious audience, and welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. I'm your host, Neil Johnson, excited to be with you and share the news with you. This is the winning report. See, because it's easy to get down, people. It's so easy to get down. I mean, this news cycle sucks. But I'm like, look at this. I wrote it on the back of an envelope. I have wins for you fine people, all right? So please smash the like as you come in. Chat in with where you're from so I can see who's on the stream. I don't know if there's any mods on yet. I'm hoping one joins in. And while I'm waiting for that to occur, I will mention my sponsor. That's right. MyPillow. MyPillow.com. Promo code Lumberjack. The pillow of every liberal's dreams. Get them this pillow, and they will have a good night's sleep. This is the MyPillow 2.0 with cooling technology. Right now, it's buy one, get one over at MyPillow.com with promo code Lumberjack. You got to have a promo code, and the best one's Lumberjack. I love you people. Anyways, let's get into it. Do you guys want to start out with my one big gripe today, or do you want to start out with wins and end with the big gripe? Okay, it's up to you. You're the audience. You get to decide these things. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. And if you're new to one of my live streams, I interact with my audience a lot. It does bounce around a little bit more. If you're looking more for just succinct news, watch my uploads, okay? So my lives, we tend to go off little tangents and rabbit trails. And every once in a while, I get on a rant. Anyways, but bad news first. I end on a good note. All right, so we're going to start with the bad news. People, I don't know if you realize this, but I'm going to pull up this right now. So it turns out that Matt Gaetz had put forward a motion to not fund the FBI's new building. Seems like something easy to do, right? I mean, the FBI, the panty raid down there at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, you know, the completely ignoring the Biden corruption. You know, they were caught spying on President Trump. They work with social media to censor people like me and you. They stormed the house of pro-lifers. You know, they actually killed a veteran at their home in a surprise raid. I could go on and on about all the things and all the reasons. Yes, Michelle, a rant for me. But nonetheless, they want $300 million for a new headquarters larger than the Pentagon, people. Because that makes sense, because what we need to do is worry about the citizens of the United States instead of foreign threats. God help us all. But 70 Republicans voted to reward the weaponized FBI with a new $300 million headquarters. This from Matt Gaetz. Yes, I don't have the names of all 70. You know, have to look that up on, you know, the Congress website. But I saw that, Brian. Anyways, but here, let's get on to some wins, because that's what you guys really want to hear about, is how we're winning. So I want you to think back to the red wave that did materialize the way you wanted it to, certainly the way I didn't want it to, certainly the way I didn't think it would. And back at that time, Matt Gaetz said it's better to have a small majority than a large majority because people will hide their votes. So we end up going through the process. They get the rules the way they want it with Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy doesn't deliver the goods. Matt Gaetz actually has the guts to go forward and put forward the motion to vacate the speakership. And then what happens? We end up with Mike Johnson. What did Mike Johnson just approve yesterday, people? I've got a great video coming out on this too, and I've got actually Matt Gaetz talking in there. You're going to want to catch that one. It's supposed to drop at 1 o'clock. But in that video, but what you're going to find out is they've issued subpoenas now on the entire Hunter Biden crime organization. So the Biden crime family. Turns out, I think the money's actually rolling through Sarah. She might be the brains of the operation from some report I saw. I've got to look into that a little bit more. But not only that, the Blaze is getting J6 tapes. They need to all be released. We need to continue pushing for that. But it is another source that's getting those. And we have seen our first single line bills coming through the House. That's a big deal, people. That's a big, gosh, remember, we've been asking for this for forever. Now, if we can just get somebody to approve term limits, whoo, baby, that's real winning. All right. So we also have, because of the consequences of the election here that just occurred, smash that like if you would, please. Let's get this stream out to some folks and chat in with where you're from. we have calls for Ronna Romney McDaniel, that's right, Mitt Romney's niece, to resign. And I have unearthed some old video of her that you are going to want to see. I'm putting that video together now. So get your notifications on, because I am dropping stuff. I mean, I didn't even know there's so many stories I could cover today. I've picked 6. Okay, honestly, I'm doing 6 thinking videos. I got so much material, it's ridiculous. Anyways, but we are now getting more calls in earnest for her to be gone. Somebody from Utah. Did you vote for Mitt Romney, Mr. Bluen? I'm just curious. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't put that on you. You probably had to, because what was the other option? So then in addition to that, we have, if you didn't see my stream last night, but Trump's case in Minnesota got dismissed. That's his 14th Amendment case in Minnesota, dismissed. And if you saw the earlier video I did on that, you can actually see the Supreme Court justices talking. They did not want to touch this, okay? It was like hot potato to them. Then in Colorado, I dropped a video on that. That's doing pretty well today, but that's the one that goes into the fact that there was now another motion put in by the guy who's featured in the video that they shared in court, who said, look, you are sharing false information. I'm not going to cover that whole thing on this report. You can go check out that video. But the bottom line is it shows that the prosecution put forth false evidence in the case, which was also the same issue at the congressional hearing, which wasn't really, or congressional, I think they called it hearing. It really wasn't a hearing, and there were no Republicans on there, unless you want to call Liz Cheney. And what's the other guy's name? Not Swalwell. No, the other guy. What's his name? Help me out, people. I just blanked out on it. I can picture him. Kinzinger. They're not Republicans. Okay, just go join the Democratic Party. I mean, so anyways, but those people, I think Liz Cheney, maybe she went hunting with her dad, saw too many accidents, got soured on life. I don't know. But also, if you guys hadn't noticed, over the last couple weeks, the polling has looked so bleak for Joe Biden. And look, I know what you're thinking, but you need to understand something. If you haven't followed polling, and I know a lot of people say, oh, polling doesn't matter. Nah, it actually does, okay? And people tend to go through these narratives where they're like, they want polling to count if it shows well for them, and they want it to not count if it shows bad for them. So they'll cite polls if it's good. But I've followed polling. I don't know. I have been into politics. I've been a delegate to state convention. I've been a poll watcher. I've been an election judge. I'm in this, okay? And this this whole situation with polling is such that if you take an aggregate of all the polls, it typically gets pretty accurate. Now, we've seen polls defied, especially in the last couple elections. That's a whole subject for another show. But in the New York Times, which typically leans liberal by a long way, so you can look at these polls, and some polls lean right, some polls lean left. The New York Times always leans left, okay? Well, they are showing that Trump is winning in basically every swing state out there by margins outside the polls, the polls' margin of error. Okay, that's huge. So what does that really mean? If Trump's winning by 6 in a New York Times poll, does that mean he's winning by 10? 10 in a head-to-head matchup? Seriously. Okay. Hey, people signing on to the petition to oust Rotten Ronna. Just wait till you see my video I did on. Well, it's kind of cute up here. It's in the editor. I got to get it out. It probably won't come out till tonight. But anyways, you got to see this video. I mean, I've unearthed some rare footage of Ronna Romney McDaniel. So again, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got your notifications, because I've got some good stuff coming out. I'm excited. And then, did you guys all see Vivek Ramaswamy? Okay, I did a video on that today too. But him at the Republican debate. And he's good when Ronna Romney McDaniel calls him an a-hole. Right in the crowd where people could hear, right in the middle of the audience. She can't control herself. Why? Because he was getting called out. Oh my word. It was awesome. And she's in the audience, and he said, look, I'll give up my time to you, Ronna, if you just come up here. It was beautiful. Anyways, I think he's running for vice president. He's got to be running for vice president. Trump doesn't even need to go to the debates because Vivek's doing his work for him. I don't know what's going on there. And then you need to understand that everywhere you look right now, exposure is dropping all over the place. I mean, I seriously, I had 3 stories in queue last night. By the time I woke up this morning, I was up to 6 stories. It is just epic what's going on. But the fact that we still have 70 Republicans that are so pathetic that they would actually vote against, vote for spending $300 million on an FBI headquarters. It's nuts. And so we've got to continue being involved. I preach this all the time, but you have got to be involved at the local level. You have got to be involved in your precinct caucuses. You have got to be involved in primary voting. That is where your voice counts more for more than anything. Because at the caucus level, you're one of, like, if you go to your caucuses, people, so like if I go to my caucus meeting, 20 people might show up. And my vote is counted on a piece of paper. So I write it down on a piece of paper. The votes are counted at a table in front of everybody. It's the most transparent process out there. You guys have got to get involved at that local grassroots level. If you want to see this change, if you want to see these rhinos gone, the only way to get them gone, people, because once it gets to a general election, what are you going to do? Vote for the liberal? I'm not. I'll just be honest. Like people got to, I had this commenter yesterday. I think a lot of you probably saw that because I pinned the comment. He's like, you supported DeSantis. No, I just called out the lies against DeSantis and the fact that he ran the state of Florida well. It's so weird to me how people abandon all reasoning and all thinking. I have always supported Trump. Those who have followed my channel know that. But nonetheless, a good conservative who is voting well, who in a red state that's doing things that are popular, I'm not going to just tear them apart. Okay, so that's just me. Okay, now Ronna Romney McDaniel, who proves herself to totally and completely be part of the Uniparty. Okay, I am going to call her out every time. Okay, every single time. And Mitt Romney, people like that, it's incredibly important. It's incredibly important that we call, oh gosh, I just cannot wait for you guys to see my Ronna Romney McDaniel video. I'm so excited about it. But you've got to see the things she has said from years past and how everything has come together on her. So please make sure you check that video out when it drops. There is a Matt Gaetz video dropping at 1:00 here. So in another 23 minutes, I have that set in queue. Please smash that like. It really helps get these streams out there. You, my audience, are the best audience on YouTube. Seriously, you are. I have the best audience. You guys have supported me, through all the strikes, the hurdles I faced on here, and the demonetization. And my goal right now is to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers, so they have to send me that silly plaque. I'm serious. I just want them to have to send me that silly plaque after all they've done to me over the course of the last few years. It's unbelievable. And those who have followed me know what we've dealt with. So I thank you so much. And thank you for joining me on this quick stream. And I love you all. And just drop a comment as you're leaving. In fact, here, a quick poll, because I love doing polls on my channel. How many of you think Ronna Romney McDaniel needs to go? Just go yes if you think she's a fine chairwoman of the RNC, because Trump had supported her at one time. Just put in there, no, she shouldn't go. So you're either yes, she should go, or no, every Trump appointee was perfect. Because I'm not in that camp. I just want you to know, people. It seems like my audience isn't either, okay? So we support Trump in spite of his flaws. We can still talk about those. We're not liberals that, just go like we're 100% toe the line. Nancy Pelosi could never do any wrong. That's not where we're coming from over here. We're free, independent thinkers, okay? Who actually I think I would love to see as the RNC chair is Scott Presler. He has done more to register Republican voters than the RNC ever has ever thought about doing. I've had him on the show. I need to get him on again. I don't agree with everything Scott Presler says, but I do agree with just about everything the guy says. So everybody, nobody's into the Ronna Romney McDaniel camp on my channel. I can't believe this. Anyhow, perfect. Thanks so much, and do smash the like on your way out, and please check out mypillow.com. Use promo code Lumberjack. Get some Giza sheets. Those slippers, I love the slippers. I've got them. They're nice too because you can actually wear them outside. They actually have a sole. So anyways, peace out.